is through inflation. And once the dollar gets down to 40 or 50 or 55 on the USDX, which I think is doable over the next few years because of the delaying tactics that they're using, you're going to wake up one morning and say, well, the devaluation's over, so all of you Americans out there, round up all your bills and bring them down to a local bank, and they're going to give you one new one for 10 old ones. And the same thing will happen worldwide. And, of course, at that moment, they'll want to then, some short time thereafter, come and collect them all, but not only dollars, rupees and pounds and so on, to put their new world currency into operation.
So they'd almost have to replace all the dollars, even the new ones, because it wouldn't match up to their new world currency.
That's right.
And everybody wants to know when.
Yeah,
when, Bob?
That's a hard call.
Because they want to wait to get prepared. They'll have more time.
Well, you know, I get letters every day. I got a couple today. Shall I wait until the stimulus package comes,
yep,
or shall I buy gold now?
Yep.
Should I wait for the Treasury's explanation of how they're going to spend the TARP funds, or shall I wait? And my answer is, look, this is not a casino. This is a long-term bull market in the only currency in the world, and it's assistant currency, silver. And so you're not going to be trading what you're buying, whether it's numismatic, bullion, coins, junk silver, or gold shares, because this is a durational investment. I mean, there are people who do trade, and some of them do very well doing that, but not many. And so my advice is, go in and buy. You know, we don't know where the bottom is. I mean, you may not buy today, and for the next 4 days, gold might be up $100 like we just recently seen. So, don't wait. Do it.
And I did receive a question for someone in regards to long-term and medium-term investing of gold, and it is long-term. It's just a matter of degree of what you hold at any given time. I mean, if economies are good and you had a currency that was, well, we used to recommend 20% in gold. Now it's a whole heck of a lot higher as we evolve into the situation that we face. So, it's a varying degree of what you hold, because there could be other investments out there that are better than holding gold, but you still always want to have gold in your portfolio forever. It's just a matter of degree. And I think even...
Well, that's what we've been stressing, Melody, for 5 years.
Yeah.
And it's paid off for everybody. I got a letter in this international forecast coming on Wednesday, and it's about us speaking on the program. And then last week I told everybody that they'd never see 470 again. Well, he bought at 590, and he's very happy about it. And in fact, he's probably got almost doubled his money, depending upon what he bought. And I put the letter into the next forecaster because, I get 4 or 5 letters like this every day. I'm sure you do too, Melody, don't you?
I get lots of them, Bob. And, probably everyone should be read on the air, but we don't because there's lots of things to talk about. I get boatloads of them.
And, there's very few companies that help people the way we do. Unfortunately, we've had a long bull market in gold and silver, and it's nowhere near over. It's got a minimum of 5 years to go. And you don't know until you get there. Geez, Bill Gates is selling $37.7 million worth of Microsoft shares. That ought to make the shareholders happy. That charitable trust he's got,
Yeah.
It might be a charitable trust, but he still controls all the money.
Yeah.
And you just have to spend a certain percentage each year. It's not large. And you can deduct all your own expenses if you choose.
Yeah, somebody was just telling me about that, where you have a charitable, where you don't have to pay taxes and so forth, and as long as you just pay out a certain amount to some sort of a benefit or something, you can get away with it and so forth. So I'm sure that's what he's doing along those similar lines.
Yeah, the Melody Cedarstrom Love Fund. Love for humanity.
Yes, here we go. Yeah. Anyway, here's the question that I must have missed, and it was about, can you comment on Mexico's Las Zetas?
What is it called? Mexico's what?
Las Zetas.
Who owns the property?
Huh?
Is it a property? Or is that the Zetas?
Las Zetas.
Are they, you think maybe they're the ones who are working with the narcotraficantes?
Yeah.
And they were the ones who used to be the anti-narcotraficante force within the military?
Yeah, those guys.
Well, actually what they are is professional criminals, and like most mercenaries, and they'll fight for whoever pays them the most. And they don't see action too often. They use them, the drug dealers use them when they get some heavy-duty stuff going down. And the transmission and manufacture or growing of drugs is a major business. It'll probably aggregate about $1 trillion this year worldwide. And Mexico gets $20 billion a year in income from that activity because Americans like to use drugs. Now, if Americans didn't use drugs, then the Mexicans wouldn't make much money on it. And they probably say, gee, I don't want to do this anymore. I can make more money by being legitimate or something like that. But once the consumption in America stops, then the money flowing to other countries will stop. But I have been told by people in close to and in the Mexican government at the highest levels that a deal's been made with the narcotics dealers collectively, and they got a few more people they got to kill, and then it's over. And they said they wouldn't be shooting up anything anymore, and you could take your troops back to their bases, and that they were going to expend $100 million to the government for a stimulus program for Mexico. And for that, the government would, and of course not killing people anymore, and the government would guarantee the transmission of their drugs through the country. Now, you're not going to see that in your local Mexican newspaper, but that's what's going on. And the government tried to stop them, and they weren't successful. And the people in the narcotics business are highly motivated, and so the troops, when they run against these Zetas, they don't stand a chance.
And we don't have another minute left, so thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. It's all about money, Bob, isn't it?
It certainly
they
is.
really don't care about the people and who do the drugs.